Tantric saying it was your time till tomorrow, not his time. Time has changed now. Ashoka didn't come back, but it does not mean he won't come back. He will be back soon, and this time will support him, not you. He is about to come out of the dark tunnel. He is going to light up now. These 10 years were the years of storm of his anger. It was a tie which he is going to be freed soon from. He will come back in a greater form than before. He will not just tell the long-hidden truths, but will also punish everyone. He has learned to turn himself as per the situations and time. You only have little time left with you now. If you don't do it now, then you won't be able to do it ever. Your brother will become Chakravartin Samrat Ashoka afterwards, that too by killing you. Susham is stunned. Tantric says it is written in his fate that he will step on the dead bodies of his own loved ones and become stronger than before. It means you. Susham looks at the mark of wound on his chest. He lets out a scream in anger. Ashoka is walking holding Kaurvaki in his arms. He asks her since when has she become afraid of animals. She says since childhood. He shakes his head. It does not feel so while looking at you. She asks him what he feels when he looks at her. They look at each other. He says nothing. Her anklet comes off. He stops and picks it up. She is still sitting on his knee, so he keeps his in the cloth wrapped around his chest. She thanks him. He lifts her again and resumes walking. He asks her if she needs anything else, calling her Rajkumari. She asks him why he called her Rajkumari. She tells him that Rajkumari is hungry. Arrange food for me. He drops her on the ground. Definitely. She shouts after him. I will also come with you. She gets up, but he reminds her of the sprain. She acts. He smiles and shakes his head. He tells her to stay with Garud. I will bring food for you. She looks at him as he goes ahead. Come back soon, Ashoka. It is really difficult for me to wait for you now. Ashoka cannot see anything eatable around. It is becoming really difficult for me to go away from you after becoming so close to you. I don't know if this time is right for us to unite or not. He hears someone screaming for help. Nirinkush makes his men beat Dharniram. Ashoka looks at him. Devi. He runs in full speed towards them and stands before Nirinkush and his men. Devi and Dharniram are surprised to see him. Chand. Ashoka says my mother stopped me the day, but your death has brought you here before me today. Nirinkush laughs. Your mother made you flee from the place so you're alive. You ran away like a dog that day. Don't you remember? I would have handed you to Susham otherwise. Your mother fooled Susham, but it isn't easy to fool me. I made them my slaves. I knew you will come here looking for them. I didn't know that you will fall in my trap so easily and so soon. Ashoka thinks of the time when Nirinkush had come over to his house in his absence and how Dharniram's perception changed. It means not just Mother and V, but Devi and Dharniram had also risked their lives for my sake. Nirinkush laughs. Ashoka says it is Dharma to respect a woman. The man who cannot do it deserves to die only. I will kill you. Nirinkush signals his soldiers who attack Ashoka, but Ashoka beats them badly. Dharniram and Devi look happy while Nirinkush is tensed. Ashoka takes the sword of one of the soldier and kills everyone who comes in his way. Nirinkush fails in fighting with him and is badly beaten up by Ashoka. Kaurvaki is waiting for Ashoka in the jungle. Why is Ashoka taking so much time? Where is he? Garud neighs and runs from there. Kaurvaki runs after him to stop him. Dharniram breaks open the lock of the cage in which Devi and other women are kept. Ashoka keeps killing Nirinkush's soldiers. Dharniram frees the other slaves' hands next. Devi keeps looking at Ashoka. Dharniram asks her to come. This is the right time to run away. She refuses to leave till Chand is safe. He reasons that he has already lost his everything. She says I can lose 100 more times if I have to. A soldier was about to stab Ashoka from behind, but Kaurvaki kills him in time. Devi looks at him. Kaurvaki says one needs to be careful in jungle. Ashoka throws his sword at the soldier standing behind her. She smiles broadly. He tells her to be careful. Anything can happen anytime. They both fight with the soldiers. Ashoka tells her to leave. They both refuse to put each other's lives in risk. One soldier holds Devi's hair. She shouts in pain. Kaurvaki throws dagger at him and injures him. Ashoka tells Kaurvaki to go. They have done many favors on my family. Kaurvaki asks Dharniram to go in a different direction. The injured soldier sends some soldiers after Dharniram. Nirankush hits Ashoka on the head. He manages to escape from the Devi and Kaurvaki hide behind a tree. Kaurvaki is still holding a sword in case someone attacks her. Devi is worried for Dharniram, but Kaurvaki assures her he will be fine. Devi wants to find him, but Kaurvaki denies. We have to save ourselves first. Ashoka has tied all the wounded soldiers with a rope which is attached to Garud. Devi thanks Kaurvaki for saving her life. You seem to be an extraordinary lady, seeing your bravery. Kaurvaki says there is nothing special in her. Devi says you are equal to God for me. She notices Kaurvaki's pain. Don't you feel pain? Kaurvaki says I don't know any other pain than what's in the heart. Devi looks after her. How do you know Chand? Kaurvaki replies that she does not know Chand but her Ashoka. Devi asks her if it means Chand is Ashoka. Kaurvaki says yes. Devi recalls all that had happened at her home. Members of royal family stayed at our house all these years, facing many hardships at every point of life. We behaved so badly with them. Kaurvaki says I too did the same. Rani Dharma rightly says that time changes. No one knows what happens when they see Jagannath is doing puja for his daughter's soul. Kaurvaki is stunned. Jagannath cries thinking of Kaurvaki. Devi asks Kaurvaki why she looks so scared. Jagannath says, why you did this, Kaurvaki? You sacrificed your life for that Ashoka. Which daughter punishes her father like this? You punished me really badly. Kaurvaki says father and cries. Devi looks confused. Raja Jagannath is pouring the ashes of Rajkumari Kaurvaki in water while this lady here is calling him father. Whose ashes are they if this lady here is Rajkumari Kaurvaki? Kaurvaki thinks of Bella's words. Devi stops her from going anywhere. You are bleeding. Kaurvaki does not care. My hands are bloodied by someone's blood. Devi asks her about it. Kaurvaki tells her to return to her father. Not everyone is as lucky as you. Jagannath pours the ashes in river. Forgive me. Kaurvaki looks on tearfully. Devi realizes everything. Chand is Rajkumari Ashoka and this is Rajkumari Kaurvaki. They have waited so much for each other. They had to leave the chance today because of me. I am indebted to them. I am not so thankless and selfish to leave them here alone today. The wounded soldier talks of the consequences of what happened just now. Bindusar won't spare us. Nirankush says I don't care about Bindusar. He will do what he has to do, but if we don't deliver something to Gondna in time, then don't know what Gondna will do. Someone wears an anklet, a cape and sits on a seat. It's all dark so the face is not visible. Jagannath says I did whatever I did thinking I was right. I didn't want you to be cheated the same way by Magad like Unwis. I couldn't make you understand this reason behind my being tough with you. I will live with this regret all my life that I could hug you once and apologize to you. I will yearn all my life to tell you how much I love you. He breaks down. Forgive me, daughter. Kaurvaki shouts father. Jagannath looks around startled. I did your last rites, yet I feel your presence around every second. I feel like you are calling me. You will come running and hug me. Kaurvaki cries, seeing his condition. Kaurvaki begins to run after him as some people take him with him. A piece of his cloth has fallen behind. She picks it up and cries, hugging it. Devi stops her in time. Think once about Ashoka before taking another step. Think of Bella's sacrifice. Will you let it go waste? Kaurvaki says, how can I think of my happiness seeing my father's pain and tears?